So I want to talk a little bit about nonprofits. Nonprofits are established through the IRS. Basically, they're non-taxable entities. Most nonprofits are established for needs of good, like the Make-A-Wish Foundation or the Red Cross or the Goodwill, whatever you would think about as doing good for others. They're typically established as a nonprofit. Typically, a nonprofit takes 12 to 18 months to establish through the IRS. You have to go through a lot of guidelines because most nonprofits don't have to pay tax on their income. So the IRS is fairly stringent with that. A lot of states of disaster are not nonprofits. So 9/11 would not be listed underneath a nonprofit, or Hurricane Sandy or Katrina. Those types of things are problems that exist, but nonprofits don't exist to help them. So other nonprofits will come in, such as the Red Cross, and help, but there's always problems that don't have established nonprofits underneath of them to help. So right now, we're in New Jersey, in Long Branch, right after the storm, the Hurricane Sandy, which happened probably 5 or 6 months ago. In fact, I was out here taping the day of the storm and I got evacuated when I was out here. This is still a problem, but most people don't see what problems are 6 months later. So if we're gonna look down this boardwalk, I'm gonna have Ben pan out and show you, this used to be a boardwalk. This is what people used to walk down to come and vacation in New Jersey, but the boardwalk doesn't exist anymore. That's a problem for the state. Nobody's gonna come visit if the boardwalk doesn't exist. And so we're gonna come up here and we're gonna take a look at what's going on in the back end a half a year later after Hurricane Sandy. And it's not pretty. We have workers going down the whole entire coast of New Jersey. New Jersey was hit extremely hard with Hurricane Sandy. We have workers working nonstop, 24/7, to try to get a boardwalk back into place. A lot of the companies aren't open. In fact, the hotel that we're gonna pan on over here, that's extremely expensive normally, only has one person staying at it tonight on a weekend. That would be me. That wouldn't be a good thing for you if you owned a company. So nonprofits are established to help people, but there are cases where we want to learn how to help people immediately without establishing a nonprofit. So if you're going to help somebody, you can call a nonprofit like the Red Cross and ask, how do I help you? Or you can just jump in and learn how to help others in the community. A lot of these companies off to my left, which I'm hoping you're going to pan that way, are just getting reestablished. They're just starting to open up after a half a year of work. But this whole entire street is shut down. All of the locals have to go someplace else. Plus the people that visit aren't going to be here. So we have to look at really acts of humanitarianism and acts of kindness to learn how to help your community. So the difference between just jumping in and doing something and working for a nonprofit is a little bit different. The nonprofit's established to help something long range. So they've been established probably a year to a year and a half plus, where an act of kindness is literally seeing something that happens like this, a devastating act, and jumping in and asking, how do I help this community? So a lot of you have posted nonprofits in this forum, and some of you have actually posted just areas where you see a need. That is the biggest reason that we're using Yomo World as a tool for you to actually connect with other people and help. Nonprofits exist, but the acts of humanitarianism where you connect with a team of people to help other people when the nonprofit doesn't exist because everything has come in so quickly and no one has time to build something outside of just jumping in and help, that's what we're doing with Yomo World. So when you're looking at how to help people in a community, just remember there's not always time for a nonprofit to be built. So sometimes if you want to build your resume, you can jump in to a disaster like this. This is 6 months after this hurricane has hit. You can jump in and figure out how to help the community on your own. That's how you can build your resume. You don't have to go work for McDonald's. You don't have to go work at a nonprofit. You literally can say, I saw this problem. I got a crew of 7 people, and this is what I did to help the community. So that's how you build your resume. not outside of just, or basically just going to work for minimum wage, which doesn't really give you a lot of tools. Go show a potential employer that you are proactive, that you're creative, and that you're innovative, and you can jump in and figure out how to do anything without somebody else leading you, because that's going to show that you have leadership skills as well. So let's keep moving forward in this class. It's fantastic what you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.